In this video, I'm going to teach you about home equity lines of credit, HELOCs, and how you can use one to get money out of your house without selling it. I'm talking about this now in 2026 when I haven't talked about it in the past, because finally on the broker side, we've got great HELOC products I believe in. Great fixed rate home equity lines of credit with low interest rates. And so in the past, if you've ever talked to me, I probably told you to go talk to a local bank or credit union. Finally, we've got a great product. I'm Matt, the mortgage guy. I've been doing this for over a decade. I've closed thousands of loans. If you own a home, there's a good chance you're sitting on more cash than you realize. Not cash in your bank account, cash trapped inside your house. And there's a simple way to access it without moving, without selling, and without giving up your low interest rate. So here's the structure. First, I'll explain it in plain English, what a HELOC actually is and how it works. Then I'll walk you through who qualifies and roughly what rates look like right now. Then we'll go through when it's actually a smart move, including how some people use it to buy their first rental property or pay off other debts, and when you should not do a HELOC or home equity line of credit. By the end, you'll know exactly whether this makes sense for you. This is a conversation I have, especially now, every single day. So let's first get into what a HELOC actually is. And I'm going to start simple, and I'm going to explain this in simple terms. Your house is worth a certain amount, and then you've got a first mortgage that you owe a certain amount on. The difference between those two numbers is called your home equity. It's money that's yours. It's part of your net worth. It just happens to be locked up inside your walls instead of sitting in your checking account. A HELOC lets you borrow against that equity. Think of it like a credit card, except instead of a bank handing you a credit card based on your income, your house is what backs it. It works in two phases, and this is the part people need to understand before they sign anything. Phase one is the draw period. This actually lasts several years. A lender I'm doing a lot of business with right now, it's a 5-year period, but during this 5-year period, or whatever time that draw period is, you can pull money out when you need it, pay it back, pull it out again. You only pay interest on the money that you've actually drawn out, not the whole limit sitting there. Phase two is the repayment period. So after those 5 years and your draw period's over, you can't pull out any more money. The line is closed, and you pay back what you owe plus interest until it's done. One more thing worth knowing, most HELOCs have a variable rate, meaning it can move up and down depending on what's happening with interest rates nationally. Other lenders offer a fixed rate option. I've got a great right now. And if you've talked to me over the past month, we've talked about this specific lender, great fixed rate home equity lines of credit, which means your rate is locked in and doesn't move. If you don't like surprises, and a lot of people right now, for good reason, should be afraid of adjustable rate loans of any kind, ask specifically about that option, whether you're talking to me or anybody else. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't free money, and it's not a forever loan. It's borrowed money with a shelf life, so you should have a plan before you use it. All right, let's talk about who qualifies, what it actually costs, right? I get a lot of questions about qualifying. Right now, rates I'm seeing on this specific product I'm talking about are anywhere from 6.25% to 8%, depending on your situation. And it can be on a primary, it can be on investment property, but just like anything in this business, the number depends on your risk profile. If you're borrowing the maximum amount you qualify for, and you're taking that combined loan to value between your first and your HELOC up to the max, or if your credit score is low, your rate's not going to be the same as somebody who's borrowing $400,000 on $1 million home with an 800 credit score, right? The less risk you represent to the lender, the better your terms. And that's makes sense, right? The process itself is super fast. For anybody who's done a traditional mortgage, these HELOC lenders, like the ones that I've got access to, operate with a lot of technology, and they operate pretty fast. You fill out the application, the lender reviews your income and credit, they get an automated valuation of your home and send you an offer, right? And then you schedule something with a mobile notary and you got funds in your bank. Start to finish, these things are 7, 9, 10 days. Some newer products like these can do it super fast. There might be traditional HELOCs that still take 30 days, but they're fast. When it makes sense and when to walk away. Let me talk about that as well. Here's where it gets real. A HELOC is a tool, and it's not automatically smart, and it's not automatically a bad idea. It depends entirely on your unique situation. Everyone's different. It's like I've said about other types of mortgage products or a cash out refinance, right? It's a tool that if used correctly is a valuable tool. If used incorrectly, it could quite literally kill you financially. So let's talk through a few different ways that people use this. One is they're paying off high interest debt. Hypothetical situation, you own a house worth $1 million, you owe $420,000 on your current mortgage, and you've built up $65,000 in credit card debt. And that $65,000 in credit card debt is 22%, 24% interest. $100,000 HELOC can wipe all that debt out. And then you've got $30,000 that you planned on replacing the HVAC and painting the house, whatever, right? If you continue making the same payments you're making the credit card companies on $65,000 in credit card debt, you might have been paying a few $1,000s a month to them. You could pay off this HELOC at a much lower rate relatively quickly. It's actually going to paying down the HELOC versus being eaten alive by interest. Here's something that I need to mention, and it's the same warning with a cash out refinance to consolidate debt, right? If you don't fix the spending habits that got you into debt in the first place, this can go bad. And unfortunately, I've seen it happen, right? Somebody pays off $37,000 in credit card debt, whether with cash out refinance or a HELOC, and 18 months later, those same credit cards have $46,000 back on them. A HELOC heals the wound. It doesn't cure the disease. So warning, cure the disease. Another reason people are getting HELOCs, home repairs or renovation, kitchen, roof, bathroom, whatever it is. Done right, this can add value back to your home, right? And you don't want to over improve or do anything extravagant, but rather than spending money on stuff that you won't get any return on, maybe you do something to your house that is going to add value to when, if and when you ever sell, you're actually seeing a return on that investment. Reason 3 might be medical bills, family emergency, unexpected expense. I've talked to people that are paying for kids' college, all types of different stuff. Help and care for an elderly parent. A HELOC can act like a financial safety net as long as you're using it with intention, not just because it's available. Reason 4, I'm seeing people use HELOCs is buying a rental property. And in today's current environment, I see a lot of people who understand real estate investing, seeing that there's opportunity. The market's softened a little bit. There's less buyer demand. Sellers might be a little desperate in some areas. And so they can get a great deal on investment property. They've got a $1.2 million house. They only owe $236 on it. If they take out a home equity line of credit and it's a fixed rate, it might be better than a fixed rate investment property loan. Now you've got this ability to take the home equity line of credit. You might offer cash on that property. It might get you an even better deal, but that's the way that it's also being used. But to be clear on this one, because it's a bigger decision than the other 3, when you do this, you now have 2 loans on your primary home, your original mortgage and the HELOC, both secured by the house you actually live in. So make sure that you understand how to responsibly manage a rental property. You don't want it sitting empty or something goes wrong and it's hard to pay this home equity line of credit payment, right? Because there's going to be a payment on it based on how much you draw. So it only makes sense if you run the numbers on the rental property. It makes sense. You've got some reserves to pay the payment in the event that you need to do an upgrade to the rental property, or you've got a tenant that moves out and you don't fill it for a couple months. So it's not a quick get rich scheme. This isn't a fancy Instagram move. It's a legitimate way people build their first investment property without waiting a decade to save a separate down payment or save money for that, right? But it only works if you go into it with real numbers, not just excitement. All right, let me give you some warning signs of things that might trip you up. If you can't explain the math out loud, don't sign. If overspending is what got you here and you haven't changed anything about your behavior, press pause on the HELOC and fix the behavior first. You're just going to have bigger problems in the future because now you got a first mortgage, a HELOC, and credit card debt, right? Wipe that stuff out and just get that spending under control, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people call me after the plane's already crashed. Missed payments, credit cards wrecked. At that point, the access to equity and the ability to take loans of any kind on the mortgage side might be gone. So before the plane crashes, before financial destruction, call and maybe we make a plan because, hey, I see this in the future. Credit card bills are mounting up, X, Y, and Z payments I know I need to make in the future, and I might need to fix this before it gets bad. Because the last thing you want to do is go to a lender on the mortgage side trying to get a mortgage that will fix some other financial problems, but you've missed payments. You're 60 days, 90 days late, and now you've got worse credit. Even if you can still get a loan, it's going to come at a much higher cost. The terms aren't going to be as good. So quick decision framework for you. Ask yourself 3 questions before you move forward. 1, Do I have a specific plan for this money? Not just it might come in handy. 2, have I actually run real numbers, whether that's fixing a debt problem or making sure a rental property can support itself, run the numbers. 3, can I handle the repayment phase, even in a worst case scenario, without it wrecking my life? If you can answer yes to all 3, then it's worth exploring. If you're shaky on any of them, that's not a reason to never do it. It's a signal to slow down and get real numbers in front of you first. There's no universal right or wrong answer here. It depends on your equity, your rate, your goals, your discipline. This is educational, not financial or tax advice. Talk to a tax professional about your specific situation. If you want to see exactly what you qualify for, your rate, your limit, your monthly payment, there's a link in the description to apply. And I'm telling you, this thing is super easy. I'm going to send you a link. You're going to fill out a short application, just get a soft credit pull, and it's going to present you with offers. You can talk to me and my partners about, hey, I got this offer. I don't know whether I should do X, Y, or Z. We're happy to advise, but at least you'll be able to see the options, right? So no pressure, no obligation. If it doesn't make sense for you, cool. That's the deal I make with everyone I work with. If you want to take a look and see what's offered, great. If you want to move forward and ask questions, we're happy to entertain that, but there's no pressure. So if you're thinking about it, if you've got a plan in place and you want to see what offers are out there, please feel free to check out that link in the description. If this was helpful, smash the like button. It helps more people find this stuff. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.